Never trust a Slytherin. This is exactly what Ronald Weasley has told Harry Potter, who knows exactly nothing about the wizarding world. This has clearly shown the discrimination, as well as the stereotypical housing system in Hogwarts. As a second speaker of the Providence side, we believe that we would abolish all houses in Hogwarts. My speech will contain two parts. The first one, the rebuttals. Second, the practical case. Now, coming to the first part, the rebuttals. The opposite side is actually thinking that this house can create a safe environment as well as helping these people overcome differences and bully. However, what actually happened in the housing system here is that first, dividing people into different houses will not make them overcome the differences. They will not get familiar with these differences at all, but however, they will actually see the clear differences between each houses, which later on will lead to further discrimination and again, not solving the problems that both proposition side and opposition side is putting forward here today. Okay?
Is that we mean that they will get along with their own housemates more.
Well, still that case, when they will get along with their housemate more, it will actually create even more differences between they themselves as well as their housemates and other people from other houses, which is again discrimination and highlighting the differences in the housing system of Hogwarts. Also, when saying that they can avoid bullying and will have mental resilience later on, we believe that it will not be valid. Why? Because at the end of the day, mental resilience is get from the experience that these people have when staying against these kind of bullying. Now, coming to the second part, the practical case. Firstly, we believe that action abolishing will stop the message of toxic and unhealthy competition. Why? Because competition in Hogwarts mostly refer to degrading other houses by tricks and make others lose points to put their houses up. Two bad impact from this. Firstly, it creates the mindset that it is okay to see other people lose as long as you win. There will be no sympathy or empathy in your side of the house work, which later on is a very negative impact that we'll propose later. Second, it is actually not a way to make you improve if the opposite side is actually saying that, yeah, competition will lead to improvement, because they do not actually become better with their own strength or their characteristics. It is actually just tricking and lowering others down skill that improve, which another negative improvements too. Well, Hogwarts students can be referred to those main human resource for the Ministry of Magic, and also these people have to live outside the world. So without any empathy and sympathy and just toxic competition, we believe that it is not actually the world proposition side want to build in this debate. Now, come to a second case of improving an educational system which puts students into a vacuum. Well, the classification refers to a matter of fact. The students only see people with their own strength that they have already had in the first place. Two negative impacts again. The first one, there will be little or no room for improvement. Why? Because they are actually put inside a box with a ceiling which are their own potential characteristics and model in the first place. They will only develop to the maximum level like Gryffindor and Ravenclaw, etc., without actually exceeding over that kind of limitation. As a result, we believe the housing system is actually putting limitation to development. Second, the branding system here. We believe that it will create two impacts. Firstly, the force and the pressure the students who stay inside these houses, since they have to be somebody, which later on will create the identity crisis. The clear examples for this is actually Peter Pettigrew, who is a person in Gryffindor. However, he does not have any kind of bravery or anything, and afterwards he is actually persuaded by Voldemort to actually come to other sides. This is completely what outside the house does not want to have in this debate. From all this point above, proud to alleviate your case. Thank you.
We believe that the ultimate goal of education is to make students become the best version of themselves. And in today's debate, we will show you how we reach that goal more effectively than your side would. First of all, we would like to start with some rebuttals. We believe that your solution is somewhat vague. Yes, we get that Hogwarts values certain qualities, but if not this way of sorting, how else would you sort them out? According to what? Academic abilities or anything? Instead, secondly, you said that the systems causes discrimination. However, we say that it is not necessarily and exclusively stemming from the houses. It also stems from the differentiation between witches and muggles, or half-bloods and purebloods. And even if it does cause discrimination, your policy does not seem to be helping, especially between the wizards and muggles or purebloods and half-bloods. But our policy will. Also, you said that the system encourages toxic competition, but however you sort, there will be competition between them. And would you call every competition toxic? I think that your team has not yet pointed out why the sorting necessarily points to the fact that it would be toxic. Now, moving on to our second statement, is that how we would promote tolerance and prevent conflicts. The problem we have at hand is that there seems to be a lack of positive interaction between students from different houses, which reinforces negative stereotypes. And our solution to that is to organize inter-house activities, such as, okay.
Do you believe that the action of organizing them into houses will make them feel more confident when being open to the world?
Well, that point has been proven by my first speaker, such as tolerance days to discuss certain misconceptions about different houses. One example of this is Merlin, the greatest wizard of the whole world of all the times. And Merlin is a Slytherin, but Merlin also was the first to found an organization to support the cause of Muggles and to fight for Muggle rights. And this proves that not all Slytherins are bad. And once students realize this, and with a certain number of activities helping them realize it, the young students start to realize that they are misunderstanding other houses, which increases the tolerance they have. And why is this important? Our solution will prevent potential tensions between houses based on the misunderstandings. And also, in the long run, we can create generations of wizards without discrimination mindsets in the post-Voldemort world. On comparative, your side has yet to point out how you will sort the system out instead. But on our side, we have given students time to build their mental resilience, and we make sure that they can choose what they want to when they're really ready to contact others. And this is why we believe that our solution not only helps reach the goal of promoting tolerance and preventing conflicts, we also believe that it has done something that your policy has not really pointed to, and still ensuring the effectiveness that you have not really have a policy. Based on what I have said in my speech, proud to oppose.